much drama between Rob and Sophie on social media since this last episode of 90 Day The Last Resort premiered. In this episode, Sophie came out and revealed that she was sitting there in her room with Rob at the resort. Rob was sitting there on his phone, so she peeked over and she realized that he was texting another girl and talking about how he wanted to hang out with this girl and pretty much just acting like he was living his best single life. And then Sophie kind of side-eyed him when she noticed that, and he immediately closed his phone like he was trying to hide something. Then I guess that same day, someone ended up sending a screenshot to Sophie of Rob being active on a dating app. So she decided to bring it up to all the girlies at the last resort. And Jasmine was like, Sophie, you got to bring this up. Sophie ended up bringing it up, and Rob ended up blowing up. He's like, look, you are the one that told me that I can act like I'm single, we're no longer together, and I have permission to date other girls. So I'm just doing what you told me to do. He went through his phone for a hot minute, and then he eventually found a message from Sophie where she said, yeah, I want you to go ahead and think of yourself as single and you can date other girls. Pretty much everything that Rob was saying, she said, was what we were seeing in this text message. Well, after this episode premiered, Sophie went on her Instagram. She shared a screenshot of Rob's dating profile where it says, new to Austin, moved here for all the outdoor activities, so if you're down to be adventurous, let's explore. Then she shared a picture of a scar on the top of her eyebrow, and she said, here's the real reason I first left when he pushed me into a table, because I was trying to break up with him, because I was scared of him, and I still have a scar on my eyebrow from where the stitches were. Then she said, also, if we want to be really real, F it, I'm so done protecting him. More truth is that man is in the closet. He gave head to a man while we was together. I truly hope he comes out the closet and finds happiness, but having sex with any gender while married is most definitely cheating. I definitely want to hear more to this story, but I think a lot of people already had suspicions because there's those photos floating around early on when Rob first came on the scene on 90 Day Fiancé of him on OF. There were pictures floating around of him bending over, spreading his cheeks, showing off his booty hole. And then there's pictures of him, multiple pictures of him with this little glittery butt plug that he had inside him. And I don't care if you're getting paid $1 million. You gotta be a little gay to be sticking butt plugs up your butt and taking pictures of it. Then Sophie shared a post from someone that said, I really felt for Sophie in this episode. Panic attacks are sudden periods of intense fear and discomfort that can strike at any time, with or without warning. They can include physical symptoms and irrational thinking. It is very difficult to overcome in the moment. Sophie said, and people wonder why I constantly had panic attacks around this man and think I was being dramatic. But I had so much built up trauma and no one got to see it because he's so fake and nice to everyone. But in private, he was evil to me. Okay, so she said he would throw things at me when he didn't get his way, like a man-child. And I thought this was normal at the time. I can't tell what it is he threw. It kind of looks like a empty water bottle. But regardless, it's not cool to be throwing stuff at people, no matter how upset you are.
So you're going to throw my stuff in the bin?
That's the only thing I can think of because that's the way you sound.
You're going to throw my belongings,
you're not giving me any
my
answers.
expensive wigs, my things in the bin, in the trash.
You're not giving me any answers. You're not saying, I swear to God, I'm not going to move I'm not going to do that.
So if I leave some makeup out, you're going to throw it. If I leave anything out, you're going to throw it away. Yeah?
If I throw this table away, and then I come into this house, and you're getting ready to go out for the night, and your shit is everywhere,
you're going to throw it.
I'm throwing your shit away.
Why are you throwing the table?
And she said, here he is literally throwing my table and belongings in the trash.
Why are you throwing the table?
This video has been posted by Sophie's mother, Claire, in the past, and this is Rob threatening to break Sophie's phone. And she said, and for anyone who's confused why I didn't want to go home and think I left for no reason, I loved him and I wanted to, but I was scared to. Here he is once again threatening to hit me and break my phone, so I have no way of contacting anyone, and he was going to drop me off in the street with no way of getting home.
I can take it or I can break it. Keep playing with me. Keep playing with me. It's not yours, Sophie. You haven't paid a dime toward that.
Then she said, I've been quiet for years protecting him, and it has made me look like the crazy person and the one who didn't care. But for my peace, I can't do it anymore. I never want to expose Rob this way, as I don't want everyone to hate him, and that is why I took so long to post this evidence. But it's been at the expense of my mental health. I just want to continue to heal from this. Only Rob's side has been shown because I protected him, but now both sides can be seen, and hopefully my actions can be understood a bit more. Thank you for all those who believed me the whole time and have supported me. I really appreciate it. And again, these posts aren't so everyone can go bash him. I just want to speak my truth and not be silenced anymore. I found this on Reddit. I'm not sure whose post this was underneath, but she commented and said, I was protecting this man is why I didn't want to show receipts to embarrass him, but I actually saw text showing he was sexually involved with a man while he was with me, and I don't care to protect him anymore. That man hates me because he's gay and can't accept it and takes his anger out on me and is aggressive towards me because of that. And he sent himself that text 2 years prior during an argument. He literally knows what the F that situation is. I'm tired of this man being protected. He is a very sick individual. And you know, I think they're both wrong on both sides. I think there are both things that they could be accountable for, but they haven't been. I mean, Sophie talks about Rob not wanting to be accountable, but she hasn't been very accountable either. Then Rob responded. He said, don't believe everything you hear and believe half of what you see. Shaking my effing head, what a ish show. Then he ended up messaging a 90 Day Fiancé blogger on Instagram. So shout out to 90 Day Fiancé Update. And they shared these messages from Rob. And he said, first thing I'll say is I've never hit a woman in my life. Not ever. I'm also not gay at all. It's 2025. I wouldn't need to hide it, and I'd be a lot more successful in Hollywood if I were, trust me. But it's just not me. Lastly, I openly apologize to Sophie in front of the world for being mean. Well, this is her recording me being me. Disregard that my wife was clubbing and not coming home for weeks. Disregard that I only ever asked her for consideration around the house. I blame myself for everything when she finally moved out. Officially, and I tried to fix it. I shouldn't have ever gotten angry, but anger in response to wild disrespect was all it ever was. Never physical. Never was. I also never threw any of her stuff away. The table I threw away was my table. She said it was ugly and it made the apartment feel like a man cave. So I got frustrated and threw it. Okay, he was kind of acting like a man-child there. We gotta admit that. I mean, come on. You gotta take a little bit of criticism without getting so mad. But hey, I don't know. Maybe there's more to the story. Maybe, like he said, she was gone for weeks at a time, showed up, complained about the table, and he was probably like, damn, you don't even live here. You're barely ever here. Why are you complaining about the table? I like it, and I'm the one that has to be here 24/7. I let myself get frustrated with her. Our season of Happily Ever After was filmed after all this. I knew I was wrong for ways I had treated her. That's why I put up with so much to try and make it up to her. But this in response to having one receipt for an accusation is just wrong. So that is Rob's side. What do you guys think? Who do you believe? Do you believe Rob or do you believe Sophie? Man, I just feel like they should have just split up a long time ago. Like the first time she wanted to leave and live separately from Rob and go on a break, I would have just been done there, and I feel like that could have avoided a lot of fights and heartbreak. It seems like they honestly bring out the worst in each other and things aren't getting better, and I'm starting to think, like, are you guys just with each other to just keep getting another season? And now that she knows that Rob allegedly filmed for the new 90-day single spinoff that they're about to have, well, once he's on that 90-day single spinoff, him and Sophie's storyline is over. So say if the producers wanted to fire Rob over this, it wouldn't make no difference to her because it sounds like they're done filming together since they're no longer together. But that's it for this video, guys. Let me know what you guys think about everything in the comments below. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and thank you so much for watching.